It is day 10 of the Radio Free Skaro Fluid Links Advent Calendar. This one comes from Kirk on Facebook. Here's the question. If the TARDIS chameleon circuit had always been working, what stories would have had the most outrageous TARDIS exterior?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Always working. What would it have disguised itself?
Just not Doctor Who's story.
Like 7 thing. I don't know what it would be.
I know.
I don't want to know what it would be if it landed on
But here's the thing. If the chameleon circuit works, but there's some cabin in the background, that could be the TARDIS for all you know in
That's
Gambit.
true. Is it Space City, I think, Gambit? I think it's Space City. What a great name.
I don't remember.
If that's the name. I don't remember either. I'm waiting for the Season 2 Blu-ray set to come out to fully dive in again.
So you're going to jump to that one first, aren't you?
Yeah, of course I am. Come on. Honestly, that should be just the set itself. Should just be Gambit. And like all the color, the cover would be like sequins and stuff like that. And But,
all right, but anyway,
the TARDIS would not be there because it's like 7. Where would the TARDIS be? And it's in disguise.
Are we, sorry, did it say classic only or the entire run?
It could be the entire run, so it's up to you. But obviously, our default mode, because you know it's kind of like the screen burn in on your computer that's been on for 50 years. We just sort of see the classic series in our mind.
I mean, the criteria is maybe that the more bananas the story, the better the weird chameleon adaptation, right? Theoretically, so like something like Celestial Toymaker. Looks like a clown or something. I don't know.
What would have the TARDIS been if it landed at the gateway in Warrior's Gate?
That was the next one I was thinking of too. Yeah, what would it be?
Probably maybe the gateway.
Probably,
or maybe a Gundam robot.
Maybe it would just be a white nothing. It would just blend in with surroundings.
Or a black and white background.
It's there to blend in with surroundings, so therefore it would land, and it would literally be nothing because it goes, yep, blend it in, coach. There you go. Oh, but we don't know where the door is because literally everything around us is white. Oh, sorry. That would be dumb and probably correct because listen, if we haven't really seen the chameleon circuit work properly, but the systems warning system in Edge of Destruction is way too abstract to be anywhere useful. You know, giving it people visions and this and like, oh, this time and this, like, all just to say the button's stuck. There should be a flashing red light that says button stuck. Third panel, right there. It's got felt tip in it. I wrote it on there. So I can understand why the TARDIS would disguise itself as literally nothing if you landed in the sea of nothing. That's what would probably happen.
What if Web Planet becomes like a beehive or something?
Beehive. And all the ants try to get around it and like...
Yeah, exactly. It's a real problem.
The Zarbi are trying to harvest it for honey or something like that. What's going on? Can't get anything out of this stupid thing. That'd be very crazy.
Where it's shrunk down. What am I thinking of now? I've missed. I'm conflating 3 or 4 different stories in my head.
Flatline, Legopolis.
Yeah. Although, why would it shrink? Well, it would shrink down, I guess. Maybe it'd shrink down to a Russian doll. It'd be a Russian doll.
Planet of Giants is what I was thinking of. What would it show up as in the setting of miniature things? Right? What would it be?
Oh yeah,
like a kettle or something. That's what I was thinking of.
Well, it'd be tiny though. It'd be even smaller. It's like this size of. I don't know how big.
Maybe the size of like a spoon or something. So like maybe it's a salt shaker. Maybe it's a pepper pot. Ironically enough,
it would disguise itself as a Dalek pepper pot. Basically, that'd be kind of fun too.
A ceramic one.
Yeah, and you know it would raise many questions. Are Daleks in universe? Is Dalek merchandise in universe in Doctor Who enough for it to be a disguise for the TARDIS?
Well, they've invaded enough. I could see Dalek mania happening in universe because everybody has been invaded so much. They're like, oh, these guys again. I love them.
You know, one UFO does a flyby of Roswell, New Mexico 70 years ago, and everyone's still like buying merchandise about that. So yeah,
there you go.
Chris, you got one modern series, old series? You got a crazy, the most outrageous TARDIS exterior?
I'm thinking to go with something funky and Robots of Death, perhaps.
Oh, there you go. Now we're talking.
Like I'm just like, what? We've already established there are lines of cocaine distributed all throughout that sand miner.
And they're at war with the Cybermen, and we have a late night. I believe we came up with a late night like 80s soap version of Caldor. So
that's right, we did over the course of many different fluid links. so that's an option. Unless it appears as a robot or something like that. That'd be kind
It
of.
really is the gift that keeps giving, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah, robots of death. Is there anything modern Who that you'd think that maybe? Oh, the TARDIS.
It's tougher in modern Who.
Now.
Nothing's super goofy in modern. I mean, there's a lot of goofiness in it, but it's not. It doesn't go for the fences like classic Who did every now and again.
No, I think it would be one thing it never did, and I'm kind of disappointed. It did this, it alluded to it once in Legopolis, but what if it landed in like 1965, and it disguised itself?
London, 1965.
Yeah, exactly,
Yes.
and it disguise itself as a police box, so you would actually just open the door and it would be a police box inside, but you would know that because it's a TARDIS in disguise.
You mean like it did in Unearthly Child?
Just like that.
Here's my biggest problem.
Except it's disguised as not a TARDIS. It's disguised as a TARDIS disguised as a police box,
Gotcha.
which means
like in the War Machines.
it's just yes, like if the policeman went in and he goes, oh, it's just a police box, because the
Or like in Legopolis.
or but the chameleon insert is actually working, so it's actually working as a TARDIS disguised as a police box, disguised as a TARDIS disguised as a police box. So it's impossible to mess it up. Warren, what did you have? Do you have something there?
Oh, I just my pedantry about the fugitive doctor. It has nothing to do with her being pre-Hartnell. I'm fine with that. But what bugs the hell out of me, because I'm stupid, is that in Name of the Doctor, you see the TARDIS as just a cylinder before it gets the chameleon circuit going. But then you see her version and it's a police box. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make any damn sense, because why would she have the police box exterior unless she did the same thing Hartnell did earlier or something like that, which is possible, I guess.
I guess it was. What would you rather have it? So it should have just been a metal cylinder, and everyone.
Yeah, if she's it doesn't have to be that, but if she's in the division, it should be like something more covert and spy and like sort of not incongruous, I guess.
But maybe it was just was it a TARDIS or was it a police box that was buried there? And Jodie Whittaker's doctor was just overreacting. It's actually just
she goes into the interior, and it's definitely a TARDIS.
She does actually. That's true. Maybe it was smart though, because that was a bit of a plot hole, wasn't it?
That's the one thing that bugs me. I couldn't care less if there's a million pre-Hartnell doctors, including what's his name, the director. Why can't I remember his name, for God's sakes?
I don't know.
Graham Harper as one of them.
Graham Harper. That's right. Graham Harper. Well, really, honestly, maybe a Weeping Angel as a
which was used as transport. So theoretically, it could be.
You could be. I think it would be best, because then no one would ever look at it, because they'd be fearing that, or maybe they'd always look at it. Actually, that'd be the worst thing to do. It's good it stays as a police box. I think it's the one thing people won't touch.